Hi guys, so an Irish government spokesman appeared on the BBC where he described Brexit as being a bad idea. This is all in response to the current message from the pro-Brexit DUP, which is that the protocol has to go because it's the problem. Neale Richmond explained how companies in Great Britain are also suffering, so it's not the protocol. The problem here is Brexit. As we know, these issues did not exist before Brexit. They are a result of the type of Brexit both Boris Johnson and his party wanted.
To Neale, Richmond. Neale, you just heard from Justin there. His business is on its knees. He doesn't want to add up the losses. The current arrangement isn't working. Doesn't the EU have to budge?
Now, before we get to Neale Richmond, the EU has to budge. This is the official line of the UK government, and the BBC are just regurgitating this line. The EU have to budge. The EU agreed a contract, in a sense, with the UK, and the UK agreed a contract with the European Union. So why does the EU have to budge here?
It's not a matter of budging, Emma, and obviously Justin and business people across Northern Ireland are suffering, and we acknowledge that, and that's why the Irish government and indeed our partners throughout the European Union have proactively engaged. We're open to solutions. We've suggested solutions within the protocol to the British government, but ultimately the real reason we're seeing such impact is due to Brexit. It's not due to the protocol. We see businesses across Great Britain also suffering. We see a 17% drop in British exports today into the European Union. Brexit is a bad idea. The protocol can mitigate the worst of the damage to Northern Ireland. We very much want to make it work, but unfortunately we have a British government that has consistently dragged its feet and tried to rip up the very thing that it helped create only months ago.
To Neale.
How are we going to get out of this? How are we going to move forward? Boris Johnson's government continued, and even last week Lord Frost was talking about, yes, we're ready to invoke Article 16 to end the protocol. Of course, Article 16 does not end the protocol. It allows you to suspend part of the protocol. But how are we going to move forward? Because you have the DUP who have threatened to bring down the Assembly in order to get their way. They want to end the protocol. Remember, the DUP voted for Brexit, campaigned for Brexit, continue to support Brexit, but want the protocol gone. They've been asked for an alternative. They have no alternative. What is the alternative to the protocol? Well, it seems Boris Johnson's government's alternative is to renegotiate the withdrawal agreement. But they haven't actually pointed out the problems of the withdrawal agreement. They haven't pointed out where the Northern Ireland Protocol is not working. The protocol is working if you implement it. But as I've highlighted before, the British government is dragging its feet here. Examples being not sharing data with the European Union, which was part of the agreement. No permanent or very few permanent structures in place, which was part of the agreement. So you don't get to tear up the agreement or ask for it to be renegotiated when you haven't fulfilled your side of the bargain. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.